Okay, so here, for those who read the PowerPoint, the, the PowerPoint, actual notes of the the exam presentation, board requirements, and it has all the includes all the information, what left before the portfolio review, portfolio application. So first step is to create a closed shape. For those who successfully make clipping mask, and once you uh, remove all the letter boxes, then you will see the shape is like open because the clipping mask doesn't close the shape, it just hide the lines, the hide the outside of the square. So um, before we move further, we need to close the shape. But don't worry for those who couldn't make a clipping, couldn't finish successfully make the clipping mask. Make sure that you have the red boxes on top of your design component. Okay. Um, because we will go back to the previous step to close the shape. So I figure out, it took a day to figure out this, to identify this issue and then solve this issue last Friday. And then, so I'm so glad that I found this issue before we move on to the laser cutting process. And I'm so glad that I found the solution how to close the shape so we can finish our design pattern design flow application. So here, first you found for those who successfully create the clipping mask, click the the mask. Sorry, my computer is really slow, and that might be one of the reasons why I failed to the posting on the file. So I'm changing a channel instead of using the Zoom recording to the files. So anyway, so to click the then component, click the mask, and right click, and you will find release clipping mask. Click that option. Or for those who having the have who using the like Essential Classic workspace, then you can see the clipping release mask option on the right panel, right tab. The release clipping mask. Then you will see don't click anything. Once you release the mask, leave it as it is. Then you will see it expands the hidden object. But uh, right after you release the clipping mask and didn't click anything else, then you still selected both objects. Your selection is selecting two objects. One is the red box, and the other is the same component. So let's switch it back to the stroke by double clicking the stroke option on the palette, and you don't have to pick the color, but I will just click the black color because that is the default for the laser cutting. So no solid fill, and just put the line work, and you still have those lines with you, and also having the line work of clipping mask. The reason why we are doing this is that after the release of the clipping mask, the line of the rectangle shape, which is the frame, will be disappeared. So kind of apply the stroke again to to reveal the shape. Also, we need the application of stroke to apply to make a clean outline to close the shape of your design component to fit into the arch frame, the design frame, which used to be a red box. Okay, so don't click other just change that color setting and don't click anything else. For the for those who already clicked outside of the area before or after you apply the apply the color in the stroke, don't worry. I can give you another option to select them to select both two items, two objects. So make sure that you are in the selection tool, and then click and drag uh the area that has the that could that expected to have the red line, and a part of your design components. Even though a part of small part or portion of your design component is selected, it will select all the object of your design component that you see as the blue lines. And the one thing you need to eliminate from this selection is this line, the black line. There are two ways you can deselect that the black template. One is using selection tool to subject the selection, or use select area to deselect the area. And for this case, it's better to deselect the area to prevent to selecting the one that was hidden below the two lines. I will use the same strategy by holding the shift key and then click and drag the area that you don't want to that includes the portion of the line work that you would like to exclude. So click and drag and release the line, release the selection. You will see the black line was turned into the black line. It used to be a highlight with blue. It's returned back to the black line, which is the evidence, which is evidence that it was deselected, it was subtracted from the selection. So even though you accidentally click outside of the line, of the object, it's okay. We can always um, select it to the object. All right. So once you select two objects, then make sure that the two lines were highlighted, two objects were highlighted, and then go to the Pathfinder and go to the dot option to review more options. For those who doesn't showing this Pathfinder option, go to Windows. My computer is really, really slow now, so I go to Windows. Oh, and you will find the Pathfinder option in the drop down list. You select the Pathfinder. You will see if you set your workspace, Essential Classic, and the Pathfinder is included on the tab. So you need to play around with all of these Pathfinder. The way you can find the right outcome is really depends on your condition. But in my condition, I like to start from the minus spec because I like to include the lines within the frame, and I would like to exclude the outside of the things, which seem to be really adequate for the minus spec because I need to subtract the things that are in the back of the red box. So I apply this. So and then it's chosen it seems like it's exclude all the things outside of the box. And let's click outside of the selection. Let's check whether it addresses well, the addresses enough the positive and negative space, negative definitions. So according to my design, since I do have a lot of line work, so and then I have so many holes within the shape, so my line and I design my line should be extended to the frame so we can hold the paper or hold up okay, grab the paper of the art frame and then so use those closed shape as a whole. So I think that minus back option well addresses my design positive and negative spaces that could fit into my laser cutter. Well, let me try another option with this one so I can give you how you can examine whether the 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 outcome of your Pathfinder uh, will address your laser cutting. All right, so click. But before you move further, make sure that you save your file um, to copy the file first, because if you make some big mistake and if there's no way to going back, then it is always have a good a good option to have a previous version file, so you can always you can be more bold at exploring new um, functions, new functions of your the illustration feature. So save the file, save as a copy, and then you can explore further for this view. Right. So let me no, I think I had extra one. So okay, I see since I have an extra one, I will just even though I have an extra, I'll just save the file, the copy. So I can keep the previous one. Um, the copy, um, version 2. Oh, I shouldn't. It's an AI. Um, oh, where's my mouse? Yeah, it took so long time for me to record this video because my computer is so slow, and all the recording or disappeared. I don't know why, but I make sure that I press the record button and I pause a bit in between to reduce the time. But yeah, I mean, still need to re-record everything. Yeah. Anyway, so go save it as AI file just in case you big mistake. Version 2 AI. All right, so now look at my computer, it's so slow. So so let's see. Let me try with this one with another option. Let's find the options. So right click, release, and then leave the selected one, and then apply the black stroke, and then you see the line was change to black. And I'll go to Pathfinder or go to dot dot dot, and let's explore minus front. Hey, what happened? Hmm. This is okay, so it's not okay, right? let's see what other options I can make. Um, divide everything. Oh no, no, no. Hmm. It just let me just expand. Doesn't let me see the top. Oh, um, maybe any intersection. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't work well. Any options? And let me give another try. Just clipping, applying those Pathfinder in that. Hmm. Oh, it's good. So the right response. Right. So back to the clipping mask, and then I will try I'll try applying the Pathfinder in while not releasing the clipping mask. So let me try this. So I click the minus front and see what has happened. Oh, where is it? Oh, there you go. So I found this one and I deselect the outside area and let change the path to a line. Let's see. Let's see how it works. So see the line. When you see the outline, those small segments are the closed shape, which are the fall off. The holes um of these frames. So I think that turned out to be well. So you for those who create the coding math, maybe you just use the minus front option. Then once they were disappeared, and then go back to selection and then see whether the path is still there or is it only just invisible to your side. And then to deselect the outside of the frame and then apply the outline stroke here to reveal the lines. And that's done. It's good. Okay. And let's see. So that's how you explore all different options until you find the right one. So what I to examine whether it's right or not wrong. I need to check whether all those any shape, any closed shape within the closed shape. So if you find any closed shape within the closed shape, then you need to determine whether this is okay to fall off, it's okay to lose. So for me, I don't have any um shape within those closed shapes. So I think that those are okay. But when you look at this, I have two small shapes within that closed another shape. Of I think those are meaningless. I can it's okay to lose those shapes at that for now. But mm, if you make sure that you check all the lines whether this is correct correctly done and correctly connected to the paper area to hold those your design. Let me try this. Oh, let's see. Oh, that divide. I apply the divide on the clipped mask without releasing the mask. It did some work. So let me see. So let's see how the close shape and then the relationship between positive and negative space. So the every area. Oh, what is this? Oh, it has something. Okay. So when I choose the divide option, then it turned out to be this. It looked okay, but when you hover your mouse or if you select the area, if you see those blue lines, it means that the laser cutter will recognize, regard it as a line work, so it will cut them out. Okay, so even though the black line doesn't reveal all the lines, and then there might be some hidden blue lines, so you can need to check by selecting all the things. I need to go back and check whether is there any remaining lines here other than the visible lines. So yeah, it seems like you need to use the same strategy I used uh, to um, to create to close the shape. Okay, so make sure that you close all the shape in your work, and then that's the end of the close shape video. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.